Hello viewers, and welcome to Exploring Cinema with Brian Meadows. I, of course, am Brian. So, me and Mallory just got back from watching Alien Covenant about 20 minutes ago. And this is going to be a pretty short video because I just want to get out my thoughts. I'm not going to have the normal structure or format that I normally do. So, in Alien Covenant, it follows this human ship called the Covenant. The whole point of the Covenant's mission is to take a bunch of, why am I blanking? What's the word? Oh, sorry, colonists. They take about maybe 2,000 colonists and about 1,000 embryos, and they send them off to a random planet because I guess at this point humanity is dying, so they want to colonize on another world. So they send everybody to this random planet. I don't even remember what it's called. But the film follows the main crew, and they're knocked out of hypersleep because of a random phenomenon, like a neuron exploded or something like that. And they find a distress signal to a closer planet that is habitable that they never noticed before. So then they go down there to figure out what's going on, and things go wrong, let's just say. So, for those of you who don't know, my current rating system is just where I hold up a blue or red lightsaber that we all own. This is the one that I'm holding in my hand, and I light it, and if it's red, I didn't enjoy it, and then if it's blue, then I did enjoy it. This film... Actually, you couldn't even hear it. There we go. So, first I want to say the main crew of the Covenant... They're okay. They're not a memorable cast. Not like the original Alien. The original Alien, I could probably name everybody, but this one, I'm not going to remember anybody's name except for one, maybe two people, and that's mainly just because they were
more focused on than others.
Well, written better, but yeah.
More focused on.
And the film mainly follows this one girl. I don't remember her name. She's played by Katherine Waterston. Do you remember her name?
I just remember her last name being Daniels.
Daniels, yeah. Her last name's Daniels, but she was okay. I liked watching her. She gave a very average performance, but there really wasn't too much to the character. I know Mallory did have a view on her. What did you say to me in the car? How Daniels made you feel, the way that she looked.
I just basically liked her look, how she was paying homage to the classic character and her appearance, and there was just a sense of ease whenever I was watching her. It actually made the movie a little bit more calmer for me when I was watching her, but that's not really saying much, unfortunately.
Fair enough. And then if you guys are confused, right now she's actually rearranging our movie collection in a way that makes her happy, because it's all over the place. So she's literally sitting on the floor right now doing this. But after that we have, if you guys have seen Prometheus, which, by the way, this is a prequel to Alien, but it's a sequel to Prometheus. Michael Fassbender does come back, but he's not playing David like in the first one. He's playing... his name was Walter. He was another android who was a bit more of an upgraded version of David. And he's the android that helps out with the mission. And honestly, he was my favorite character in the entire movie. I mean, you know, his, the way that he conducts himself is very bland, but I mean, what do you expect? He's a robot. But I think that he honestly had the most interesting character, save one other person, and that's the other person that I'm going to talk about. He's played by Danny McBride, surprisingly. He was actually one of my favorite characters in the entire movie. He played a man called, calling himself Tennessee. And he just, you know, stupid shit, had a cowboy hat. He was always saying just really stupid shit.
Reminded me of Tallahassee was, like, in a fucking,
Zombieland?
colonization mission.
Yes.
And the whole world didn't go through a zombie apocalypse.
Yes, he felt like Tallahassee from Zombieland. He was a lot of fun. But those were the only notable parts. As far as the stories, no spoiler, but story's okay. I mean, everybody goes to Alien, to a movie with the title Alien, to see the Xenomorphs. They're hardly in this film. Like, I would say, how much screen time? I'm gonna count 10 minutes, and this is a...
For the Xenomorphs or the
for the Xenomorphs.
The fucking shit showdown.
Well, any of the aliens.
I would say there was like the little minuscule scenes.
That's what,
Probably I would give it a little bit more, like maybe 20 minutes.
I don't know if I go that
20
far.
minutes altogether.
Okay, let's say 20 minutes or slightly less altogether out of a, I don't know how long the movie is. Hold on. Random transition. 2 hours and 3 minutes, and she actually hypothesized 2 hours and 4 minutes, so good on her.
That's how long the movie felt, unfortunately, if I was able to guess how long it was.
I know. No, one thing I love about movies is that sometimes you can't really tell how long they are, and that's either because the pacing is bad or the pacing is really good.
I actually kept track.
I know, I did too. That's how sad. But, like I said, the aliens look fantastic. There were parts where I didn't know if it was CGI, and I didn't know if it was practical, but damn sure fooled me most of the time. The xenomorphs look fucking fantastic in this film. You don't get anything of them. Nothing. The production design, it was actually really good. Any parts, like, on the ship, and even when they're on the ground, pretty much most of it felt like real tangible places. And actually, yeah, that's it. That's all I can give praise to. It looked real. Audible sigh. The cinematography in this was surprisingly very simple. Like, it was decent. Like, there was nothing very eye-catching about it. I kind of, because it was Ridley Scott in the director's chair, I really wanted the cinematography to be more like the first Alien, just a little bit of slow parts in the start, but then a little bit more fast-paced, especially, like, I'm thinking of that scene with the fucking cat in the first one, and I wanted something like that. As far as the visual effects, they're not the most outstanding I've seen all year, but they're still pretty good. I would say A- on the visuals, and then I can't say anything on the score because I didn't really pay attention to it. Just nothing. Sorry, guys.
Did.
You did? What did you think? Long pause.
I thought it was tension building at times.
That's it?
Oh, you want me to say more?
No, that's fine.
Okay, that's all I have. That's all I remember. It just built up tension for me in a particular scene.
Moving on.
I don't even remember what it was. That's so sad.
Transition. I'm just gonna go into my biggest complaint about the movie, and that was the atmosphere. The atmosphere was good, but not for a horror.
It was actually unsettling.
It was unsettling.
For the first 45 minutes. Or no, not the first 45 minutes. When they actually are heading towards this planet is when I started feeling rattled, and it kept occurring until,
Yeah.
Shit started.
Basically, everything before what you're expecting to happen was tension-filled. Honestly, there are a few jump scares. It's not too many to where I felt like it was a little too much. But honestly, scenes weren't terrifying. They were kind of predictable. I mean, yeah, I don't like horror films. I do get scared a little easily when it comes to horror films. But honestly, like, I was literally bracing, like, almost a minute before because it was like, I could see this coming.
Here's the main problem with the movie. The main problem with the movie is that it was given a title that was already going to scream horror to you, and you come in expecting a horror film, essentially, with a little bit of origins and a little bit of character banter. We did get that a little bit before they went to the planet. And when you head to the planet, it's building up all this tension, like something really big is going to happen, or there's going to be a lot of big, scary moments that are going to happen. And then because it built up so much expectation for you in the first, 50 minutes of the movie, your hopes immediately just disintegrated upon execution of arriving to the planet itself. And because of that, it sucked.
And this was Ridley Scott, ladies and gentlemen. This was the man who originally came up with the series, and I absolutely love the first Alien. I think it's a fucking perfect movie. Well, as perfect as a film can get. But I honestly, like, I can forgive Prometheus. Like, I actually found some parts to enjoy about it, but I know it's not a good film. I had actually thought that it was going to get better. And
The
it
movie
didn't.
leads you to think it's going to get better, and then it actually doesn't. It's kind of... No, I'm not going to go there, but...
In many ways, I actually kind of preferred Prometheus, and that one doesn't even really have any aliens in it, which, honestly, for you guys who haven't seen Prometheus, honestly, it doesn't really matter. There's hardly any aliens in there. If anything, there's like a tease at the very, very, very end. That's it. But as far as like the story, I do kind of prefer Prometheus, because when I saw it, I didn't know that it was going to be an alien movie. And yet, surprise, surprise, ooh. But I've really got nothing else, but just as a quick recap, Alien Covenant is visually stunning, but that's it. I didn't enjoy other parts. There were a couple of characters that stuck out, but all over the cast is very well. Tennessee and Dave.
They didn't even really stick out because they weren't exposed enough.
Yeah, Tennessee wasn't. I mean, you had Walter, which.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you get. He wasn't even that memorable.
Cinematography is simple. The story is kind of bleh. I saw what they were trying to do, but it just was not a good idea. Again, what do I think of this film? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
On the bright side, we got a really cool poster out of it before the movie even started.
Yeah, they had some extra Guardians of the Galaxy 2 posters. I spent $30 to get a poster.
Oh, and a freak out about a ticket on the way out that was more scary than the movie.
Okay, so before we go, I do have to mention this. We have a parking garage in at the mall where the theater is, and you have to pay a certain amount to actually get the car out. So I had the ticket stub after I paid for it. I thought I lost it, but I put it under the iPod Classic that we use in the car, and somebody actually flagged me down because I was trying to go back into the parking garage, because I can do that. There was a slide. It's just that I was backing up, almost hitting people, technically. Not really, but yeah. And I freaked out because I thought I lost my card, and then I was rummaging, and then I found it under the iPod because I'm an idiot. And she had even said right when we drove out, like, that entire moment was scarier than pretty much everything in the film. I'm done.
That's saying a lot.
I'm done talking about this movie. Thank you guys so much and listening to me ramble just with a bunch of nonsense. So, I have to ask you guys, what did you think of Alien Covenant? Did you like it? Did you hate it, kind of like me? Were you indifferent? Have you not seen it yet? Etc. Doesn't matter. I want to know your opinion. I welcome new perspectives. Thank you guys once again. Please subscribe to my channel for more content and reviews. There is always more to come. Farewell until the next video. Bye.